Welcome to part 14 of the Ratchet and Clank Let's Play. So now that we are done with all that backtracking just for the sake of getting gold bolts, we can now continue on with the actual story. Although, just for the sake of a little heads up, there is another gold bolt I can get, but I'm gonna wait until I get a certain upgrade. It's not that it's so much impossible to go without it, but it's just a lot faster because it actually takes place underwater. But speaking of needing oxygen and whatnot, that was a bad segue to go off of. But regardless, we are now back on planet Orxon, this time as Ratchet. As you recall, the last time that we played through planet Orxon, we had to play through this level as Clank because of the growing pollution. Well, the amount of pollution that has spread on this planet. Yeah, Ratchet can't really breathe in here. That's why we need the O2 mask in the first place. So now that we can play as Ratchet, we can definitely explore more of the level. But before we do that, I decided just to get another weapon, one of the better weapons in fact, and that is the Visibomb gun. Hooray! It gets Ratchet so excited that he would risk his life by taking off the O2 mask just to show us, the player, his excitement. Yeah, I'm not the only. Like seriously, it's like the animators forgot to animate the animations with the mask on. Wow. So, alright, planet Orxon, just at least trying to get into the level, because in all honesty, even as Ratchet, this level is kind of boring. It's definitely not as slow paced because we definitely get to move faster because we're Ratchet. But that, however, it's also a little on the lengthy side. Because, well, the level itself isn't really as lengthy as per se. But there's just a lot of enemies to kill, like these enemies with these large claws, where if you try to attack them with your wrench, you'll most likely lose 2 points of nanotech at most, or at least. So my best bet is just kill those guys from a distance. You're better off that way. It's not worth the health loss, man. Definitely not worth it. And this is where I decided to strategize a bit. I'm definitely not going to need my suck cannon anymore. So, okay, Visibomb gun. It's probably one of the points where I'm checking to see if the video is in sync. Thankfully it is. I'd be really upset. So let's take the left path first, just to get it over with. And right off the bat, we are introduced to another type of obstacle, where we're gonna have. Occasionally, you'll see a large you'll see a large road that you can go down, but you'll have a ship that'll be firing at you from a long distance. As shown, or as demonstrated, this is where the Visibomb gun takes in. Now the Visibomb gun, for those that have, at least the only reference I can make is, for those that have played SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, aka the very first LP that I've done on this channel. I'm actually thinking about redoing it sometime in the future though. But that's for another time. But for those that have played SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, you'll know that it's strikingly similar to the cruise bubble. And you know what? It's pretty much the same spiel. Well, you fire a rocket and you guide it, and you guide it all around the level. Well, you only have like a few seconds to guide it around the level, but considering on how you use it, you'll have more than enough time. Actually, I think the only difference between the Visibomb gun and the cruise bubble is that, while they are both on time limits, I think the Visibomb gun has a limited range. The cruise bubble, I think, does not. But then again, you only had like 3 seconds to control the thing, so I don't think it really mattered anyway. Yeah, I don't think it would really matter, in all honesty. There are some skill, as far as getting skill points with the Visibomb gun, there's some skill points you can get, like there's one in Poketaru where you have to take out 3 ships. 3 of the flying Blarg ships that are flying around the area, but it's kind of hard to do. But we're actually going to be using the Visibomb gun for the sake of getting a gold bolt that's actually in this level. I'm not going to be showing that off until next part, but you know, just thought I'd tell you ahead. Thank God I got that blaster ammo. Thank you, magnetism. Okay, so let's collect these gold bolts and continue on with the level. I'm feeling ballsy, so let's long jump. Ah! Ha ha! Never rely on long jumps, especially in this game. Yeah, the long jump can be a little finicky. Sometimes it'll work as in the case where it'll give you enough distance, but sometimes in cases like that where it won't give you enough distance, it'll just have you fall into a bottomless pit or the green polluted water down below, or the toxic goop that's down below. So yeah, don't rely on long jumps too much. Even though I can't really help myself sometimes. So let's whip out the agents and take this guy out. Oh, speaking of skill points, here's an easy one to get. See this tube? Right here? We switch to our Devastator. Fire rocket. Boom. Aiming at that blue guy. Now, in terms of the other enemies, we obviously have those flying bird-like creatures that sound like seagulls. I'm guessing they're mutated seagulls or something like that. I'm not too sure. Or at least a species that's strikingly similar to a seagull. So, I wouldn't really tell you. There's also this... there's also this blue enemy where it won't actually actively attack you as far as I'm concerned. But what it'll do is that if you alert it, it'll alert all the other enemies that are in the area. And in a case like this where you have these red claw enemies, these in one big area, or at least one small area, all of them will pretty much come after you, and you won't stand a chance. Because like I said, they'll at least take 2 points of nanotech, at least. So my best bet is just, for the most part, if you can, just take these guys out from a distance. Of course, I forget that one enemy that's up in front. Because, well, I let greed guide me. You just gotta be careful, make sure that enemy does not wake up. Please don't wake up on me. Ugh, this is nerve-wracking. Thankfully I killed him in like one overhead wrench swing. If he would have attacked me right then and there, that would have been bad. And just for the sake of going over all the other enemy types, we have the Blarg enemies that'll point their gun towards the ground, and will create a huge ass fire wave. We've seen those guys in the Blarg Tactical Research Station. Just jump over the fire wave and overhead wrench swing them. Since an overhead wrench swing counts as 2 hits. It's very powerful. Very powerful indeed. And at this point, I am starting to run out of commentary. Yeah, because, again, Planet Workson isn't really that interesting of a level, all things considered. I mean, I guess that's the point, you know, Drek has pretty much polluted this place. I mean, it's all green, not environmentally safe, to the point where the oxygen is... You can't really breathe in the oxygen in this place. It's actually kind of sombering, all things considered. Thankfully though, we do walk into this area where there's a convenient force field, which lets us take off our O2 mask for a bit. And we are also introduced to our health, to the method of getting our health upgrade. Yes, there is a method, and I will show this off right now. So let's grab a drink. And thus drinking that nanotech, or that premium nanotech, we gain 1 extra hit point. This is one. Granted, this is the first game too, so I guess I'll excuse it. But this is pretty much your only way of upgrading your health, ladies and gentlemen. And upgrading your health does become a lot easier in the later games, but the way how it's handled here, it's rather clunky, and you can only do this twice per playthrough. So you can only, and even then, like the second health upgrade, it pretty much costs as much as the final weapon that we're gonna get in this game. And I'm talking with the Persuader included. Cause 30,000 bolts. I am gonna use the but thankfully, since I will be doing the infinite bolt glitch, even though it is sort of cheating, I'm gonna need all the help I can get, in all honesty. To make things fair though, I won't get the Rhino. So that's good. I might show it off in an extra video. But whatever. May not be the most legitimate way to get it, but I couldn't really care. Okay, I'm sorry. It'll take away 3 hit points at most, at least. He's my bad. So anyway, that was only path number 1 of Planet Orxon, because now we are doing the second path of Planet Orxon, where that one path is really just the way to get into the premium nanotech dispenser and all that. But here on this pathway, we'll actually get the actual goddamn infobot. Ugh. But hey, at least it doesn't seem that far. Alright, it doesn't seem that much of a hassle. So let's grab this infobot. Why don't we? I mean, it's right there. We can always seem to get it right here. Oh, you son of a... Ugh. It really wants us to endure the pain, huh? So we have to take this Magnaboot path through this, where we have to walk past these flaming exhaust pipes and all that. Yeah. Two interesting things about this is that depending on your health, the pattern of where the flames are going to come out will actually change. So that's cool. I also like the attention to details that when you're standing on the Magnaboot trail, Ratchet's weight will actually shift, if downward, because of gravity. It's actually a nice touch. Oh, and here's another easy skill point that we can obtain. And so here we go to our weapons and find our taunter, press circle, and all the enemies will come towards you, killing all the enemies in the process. It's very helpful, and it's definitely one of the easiest skill points you can get. So that's nice. Although it's rather kind of easy, don't you think? It's it's actually kind of like that. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like Sonic Unleashed when you really think about it, because you know how Sonic Unleashed goes, right? Every time the developers give you an extra life for no reason, then that means something bad is coming up. So I'm just gonna be more careful about that sort of thing, you know? Well, I'd rather not tempt fate. Especially in games like this. Whip out our Glove of Doom. Go. Ah. And I'm gonna end up wasting all my Glove of Doom ammo on this. I really should have invested in more ammo. Oh shit. Ah, thank God. I'm gonna make quite a few close calls. Oh shit. Don't want to continue fighting this guy. Maybe because if I do, then I'll lose another hit point. Hey, I don't want to waste the Visibomb. The Visibomb does take out these guys in one shot. But unfortunately, I don't want to waste my Visibomb ammo on those guys alone, because there's actually going to be another ship coming up that we have to take out, and you know, strategy is the best plan. So here I decide to whip up my bomb glove. The jump and shoot strategy, the jump and toss strategy with the bomb glove is now working for me. Although, oh, that was way too close. I'm surprised that blue enemy hasn't alerted any of the enemies here. I consider myself lucky. Oh shit. Ugh. Come on. Break open that guy. Ah. Yeah, again, that's another thing I hear about the Ratchet and Clank games, is that sometimes you'll be running low on ammo for a certain weapon. And so when you see like a Gadgetron or an ammo box, you'll at least think it's the ammo you want, but no, it doesn't. No, it's not. I really hate that so much. Sometimes it'll give me ammo where I'm actually for a weapon that I'm actually full on ammo. Well, dude, that's definitely annoying, I will say. Take out the. But anyway, use the Visibomb gun on these guys. No problemo there. It's always good to plan ahead. Alright. Now I just want to turn the corner and make sure that no enemies are coming up. This right here is a bit of a dick move, actually, because as we see one enemy that's visible. Well, the one on the right is visible, but the one on the left, not so much. He kind of blended. I don't know if it's just me, but he kind of blended in with the background. Dick move, Insomniac. Dick move. Ah, now it gives me Glove of Doom ammo. Thanks. I guess. Better late than never, I suppose. Although I'm still gonna have to waste a lot of bullets just to get all the other ammo for my other weapons. But regardless, we are pretty much it with Planet Orc. We just have this cutscene to watch, and I'll see you after that.
Hello again, everyone. Supreme Executive Chairman Drek here to fill you in on our progress. We have now found the perfect orbit for our planet, one which will allow for the optimum temperature all year round. However, there is a planet now occupying that orbit, and sadly, for its few insignificant inhabitants, it must be destroyed. That's why we've created this! The Planet Buster Maximus, a device capable of blowing an entire planet into subatomic particles. We're quite proud of it. Here's how it works. We attach the Planet Buster to this ship, fly it into orbit around the planet, and let it go! Kaboom! Quite ingenious, really. Once our trained professionals put the finishing touches on our new planet, everything will be complete. Thank you. Goodbye.
Now this guy's gonna blow up an entire planet? That's just mean.
That's what I've been telling you.
Look, I'm still gunning for Quark. If we end up taking out Drek too, hey, fine. What?
You do care.
Don't push it, pal.
That really is mean, though. Oh, at this point though, I mean, Ratchet is finally somewhat coming to his senses. It's just not gonna be for a while. I think, like, say, Oven, Ultanus Orbit. Probably like 2 levels later is when Ratchet will finally come back to his senses. But I digress. So that is it for Planet Orxon, ladies and gentlemen, as well as part 14. So the next time we meet in part 15, yeah. Okay, the next time we meet in part 15, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna stay in Planet Orxon just for a little bit longer, just to get a gold bolt that we actually can get, because now that we have the Visibomb gun. Other than that, and we'll actually be going to Planet Hoven to stop Drek, of course. Well, that and a few other side quests. Regardless, I'm GameMan5804. See you all then.